Love Exodus Live, where we go live every single week discussing anything that has to do with self-love, healing. And today the topic came up of how to be safe for others and also safe for yourself. Yes. And yeah, what comes up with for you, Hallie, with this topic? Yeah, this kind of came up because I was expressing some pains that I was experiencing with some people that I know that's in my life. And it sucks seeing people hurt. It sucks seeing people be in a place where you're seeing that they're self-sabotaging their life. And, right, like, where do you step in? Or do you step in? Do you step in lightly? Like how, because in my experience, when people approach you a certain way, it can either grow the relationship apart or, be on the way of being closer. So feel free to share anyone, what comes up for you with this, but, you related to this topic a little bit.
Definitely.
Yeah. So what came up for you?
Well, I'm thinking about that, that little quote that says, hurt people hurt people.
Yes.
And that's where it gets really tricky when you have people in your life that you're really close to, that you love, family members, close friends, partners, who are in a lot of pain. And you don't want to abandon them in their pain. You don't want to, try and control their experience. And also, there's, their pain is causing pain for you,
Yes.
And sometimes the pain is just through, witnessing them in so much pain and then, just feeling hurt that they're hurting so bad and watching them make really sad, poor choices for themselves that are perpetuating their pain cycle. And then other times they're actually, being hurtful to you because they're feeling so hurtful within themselves. And that is, that's just being projected and expressed. And so this is just a big question in life, I think. And it's something that I've had to navigate a lot this year with a lot of relationships. I feel like so many of my relationships have kind of dwindled away. I've lost a lot of relationships this year. And so it was so interesting. I didn't tell you this in our catch up, but I'll tell you right now. I go to this Buddhism class on Monday nights, and it's a live stream. And last night the topic was how to deal with interpersonal challenges, how to deal with people when there's a struggle, And the monk was talking about there's really just one thing to do, and that's to meditate on the person's kindness.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it? Because he was saying that if someone is being kind to you, you don't want to hurt them, or you don't want to you're not thinking about how annoying they're being and how angry you are at them if they're being kind to you, right? You feel love toward them. And so he used this analogy of, someone comes to your house and they bring you this box of freshly baked bagels and the best cream cheese and some coffee. And they bring you this offering and you catch up and you have a great conversation. They come into your house and they had mud on their shoes and they track some mud into your house. And then they leave and you notice the mud and you're like, oh, whatevs, let me just clean that up really quick. And how wonderful that visit was and how kind of them to bring me fresh bagels, And he was saying that you have to think about the bagels that people have brought you in the past when they track mud in your house, because that gets you back to remembering why you love them and what's beautiful about them and what's pure about them. And then that helps you stay safe for them. It doesn't mean that you have to be all up in their business trying to fix or solve their life.
Right.
But you can at least hold a positive field for them and a loving frequency for them instead of anger shut down, walls, blocks,
That is a great one. It's less likely that you'll, come in there wanting to criticize or do something that's not helpful for where they're at right now.
Yeah.
When you are practicing that, meditating on their kindness.
Yeah, meditating on their kindness.
Yeah, you can show appreciation. And here's the thing, when we're hurt, regardless if we, notice ourselves, coping, in harmful ways because we're hurt, at the end of the day, what I know is that everyone wants to be appreciated. Mm-hmm. Everyone wants to be seen. And I just remember when I was in my shit, that's what I was really craving for at the end of the day. And for an example, when my parents would scold at me for what I wasn't doing right, it just like brought on more pain, and I know that's hard for parents. Any parents who's watching, it is hard to shift your perspective when talking to your child when you see that they're doing something that that isn't healthy. And this is what I'm trying to like bring up in the conversations with my parents. But baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. That yeah, like, because when I was in pain, I just wanted to be just understood. And I was in the space to hearing what people telling me what to do, what I should be doing. I just wanted to figure things out on my own. And I feel like that's really hard for others that care about you to do, because they want to step in, they want to save you, they want to, hey, red zone, red zone. Perhaps there's a way of doing that, but in a very kind way.
Yeah.
I try to probe by just asking like semi-light questions just to see if they're even open to answering that. There's different levels I can ask somebody just to see if they're willing to open up about that, and then I can go deeper with them. But if there's like short answers and kind of just like dismissive, then I know that they're not ready to have that conversation.
Right. And so the best you can do is just be like, I love you and I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here when you're ready.
Yes. Yep. I love that. Mm-hmm. I love that. It doesn't sound like, hey, like, let's talk now. Yeah. It's more like, when you're ready, I'm here.
Yeah.
You're indirectly saying, I see that you're doing the best that you can. I don't hate you. I'm just letting you know that I still care about you and I'm here.
Yeah. And then if you can maintain that, like, that loving vibe toward them, even from afar, like, and I'm a very big advocate on self-protection, because to get too caught up in other people's pain and other people's drama can be really harmful to oneself.
Yes.
But to just like from afar, send loving thoughts, and just like keep your thoughts pure about the way that you're thinking about that person, that energetically keeps you safe for them, so that they can come to you when they're ready to do some healing, And also I think to have a boundary of like, I'm here when you're ready to do some healing. I'm not really available for like, the venting and never and not wanting the complaining and not wanting to come into solution. Like, I'm here for solution when you're ready to process that and try and figure out some healthy solutions for yourself. Like, I'm so your person.
Right. And that sounds very clear, right? You're like, I feel good about that. And I like how you're bringing up like protecting ourselves, because as much as we care for people, if we're not good, we're going to be just as involved, and we're going to be absorbing their pain. Mm-hmm. We're going to be absorbing that, perhaps their language is starting to seep over to yours of like the victim conversation and all of that. So, this title is being safe for others and yourself. And I love how you brought up, like, why don't you meditate on their kindness?
Meditate on their kindness.
Right.
We're so impressionable as humans, and that's why they say like a lot of the thought leaders in the world, they talk about the 5 people that you spend the most time with are showing you who you are, right? And they're also influencing you so much that you have to be so mindful about who those 5 people are.
Right.
And so if one of your 5 people is like in darkness a lot, and you really care about them and you love them, like, you better believe that you're going to absorb some of that. So it's so important to be really careful about where we're putting our energy, because, we just absorb. That's what humans do.
Yeah,
the more empathic you are, the more you're going to absorb other people. The more you're also going to want to help people, right? Because they go hand in hand.
Right.
But we have to be so mindful about protecting our own energy while also being loving and kind.
Yes. And like how I've been like navigating through this pain point and just what I've been seeing on my end with people that I care about is to continue to do things like meditate and, make sure I do get in that self-love time to take care of my emotional needs, my mental needs, so it can be really strong. We did a workshop about heart filter, and this I feel like this really connects with that because if you're working on yourself, really strongly emotionally and mentally and spiritually, for an example, you'll be less, how would I say it? You would be less, like the probability of you absorbing all of their stuff like goes down. We have this visual that we did in one of our workshops where, the gate around your house is your protector. So if someone goes around and, they're in their slump and you care about them, you want to like bring them into your space, into your heart space. And then you're kind of like being mindful too, like, oh,
when do your thoughts, like, so maybe there's someone in your life, and from afar, when you're not having contact with them, you can maintain loving thoughts about them. But then maybe like you're like, okay, feeling good, let me like take a step closer. And then you hang out with them and you find yourself like, whoa, I can't maintain loving thoughts right now, like this is causing me harm. That's how you know. It's like once your thoughts can't be loving anymore, that's showing you your boundary.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
It doesn't help you. Like caring unloving thoughts is not helpful for you, and it certainly isn't helpful for them. So like whatever distance you need in order to maintain a positive loving thought is what you need.
Yes. Listen, we're going to address some comments that's coming through here. Danny. Hi, Danny. Where are you tuning in from? It says, how do you say that? Groningen? Yeah, where is that?
Where is Groningen?
Yes. Hi, Danny. Thank you for showing up. Yeah, very interesting topic. It is applicable to anyone who cares about a loved one and you're seeing that your loved one is going through some hard times and they're not ready. They're not ready to heal. Pablo, hello. Lena is like a regular. Sometimes just confirming you heard their words is a great tool for both sides. Confirming you heard their words. Yes, like that you see them, that you hear them. Yeah.
Simple. And I hear you is a neutral phrase.
Yes.
If someone is like bringing a lot of pain to you and they're processing pain through sharing it with you and you don't have a lot to say because you don't want to kind of go into that dark rabbit hole, just saying I hear you can be enough.
Yeah, again, people just want to be seen, heard, and understood. So little things like that. You don't have to say so much, but you can say words like that. Lena says to empathize is difficult for many, but to be able to see someone else's perspective and knowing that opposition is not our fault, but a result of trauma in their life. Yes. Yeah.
That's a big one for, I think, empaths. Again, we often internalize other people's pain as our fault, right?
It's our responsibility.
Our responsibility. If someone like lashes out to you at you because they're in a really hurt moment, we can often feel like we did something to cause that, even if we're completely innocent. So it's so important to always keep that into perspective, that people are showing you how they're feeling with their behavior, because if someone's in a good mindset, a good heart space, there's no reason to lash out. There's no reason to be angry. There's no reason to shut down because they're good within themselves.
Right? The Netherlands, Europe, that is where Groningen is.
How cool.
Okay. Very cool. How'd you find us? And Brandon from Facebook. Even with no bagels, do you spite someone for mud on their shoes on a rainy day? Brandon, you've been coming through.
That's the whole point, is that they don't always have bagels in hand, but at some point they've given you bagels, and bagels is a metaphor here. At some point they have shown you love in some way. They've showed you care in some way, and that's what you have to remember. You have to remember that when they come in with mud on their shoes and they have no bagels in hand, there's been a time when they brought you bagels. So, because if there isn't a time where they've never brought you bagels, then they don't belong in your life.
Ooh.
You need to not have people who have never brought you bagels,
right?
Coming at you and coming in your house and tracking mud.
Yes, right? That would be in the category of not a healthy vibe for you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we would like to have safe people around us also, right? We would like to have people who are considerate and kind.
Yeah. Because we all deserve that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great topic. So for those of you who are seeing us on Facebook, if you're seeing this on my personal Facebook, what I'm working on is just making sure when we go live with this, make sure you like the Self-Love Exodus page, because I would like for us to go just directly on there. You know, we're really here to serve and, you know, connect with those of you who are on your self-love journey or who need support. We are here to serve. So if you're seeing this on my personal Facebook, this may be the last time that you see this, because we'll be going directly on Self-Love Exodus. So make sure you like Self-Love Exodus so that you can stay tuned and be alerted when we go live on our show, Self-Love Exodus Live. We've changed the name so many times. It went from, was it Q&H, and then Harley Quinn, because we're playing off of Harley Quinn. And then we're like, you know what? Like, Self-Love Exodus, that's our name. That's our brand, our vibe. And we just have a new website called selfloveexodus.com. So if you're someone who is looking for like a self-love workshop, our theme for this month is higher self-alignment. Let's get clear on what that even means and what that can look like for you. Let's just get really clear on that so that you can move forward with, you know, making sure that you're making the right decisions for you.
It's a virtual workshop, so wherever you are in the world, as long as you're not sleeping, you can tune in.
Yeah.
And it's next Tuesday.
Yes, we're 1 week away.
6:30 to 8:30 Pacific time.
Yes, so we keep this very intimate, so we don't, there's not going to be like a lot of tickets. It's very small.
There's a couple tickets left.
Yeah, there's a couple tickets left. So with that said, if anyone doesn't have any questions or anything like that, we are heading out. Danny says expression is so important in these moments. Heck yes.
Yeah.
It's vital. It's vital. I can go on a tangent about that, but thank you. We'll just close it with that. Expressing is so important. It's so important again.
Well, and knowing when to express, because if you're not able to express from a loving place, it's probably best to not express.
Mm-hmm.
So having I guess integrity with your expression so that you're only serving the cause and not causing more drama and pain.
Yes, and this is something that was so hard for me to do because I'm so used to expressing to someone else, dumping all of my stuff onto like my friends or like my past partners at that time. Mm-hmm. And so if you really need to express, perhaps it's time to use tools to express to yourself, right? Yeah. Like, again, safe place for you to express. You're not harming anyone. You're allowing yourself to be seen by you. So that is a great healing tool right there, whether it's through journaling, what we're doing right now, video recording, but to yourself. You don't have to show it to anyone. We don't want to do that. No.